it becoming more clear which methods are becoming more preferred? And if yes, which ones are gaining favor or should gain favor? Harold, maybe you'd like to take that.
Yeah, I've said from the get-go, and what I've advocated is using an income approach and financial forecast and incorporating that into a discounted cash flow method. I know there have been criticisms regarding looking forward, that it's difficult to project, et cetera, et cetera. But as Gary alluded to earlier, nobody has a crystal ball. The only way to know an actual value is to have a transaction, which in most cases we don't have. And if you hearken back to IRS Revenue Ruling 5960, the guidance there is that valuation is a prophecy as to the future. Our job is to use the best information available to us to develop a reasonable estimate of value. And again, at least in my opinion, I think the best way to do that is using an income approach and a discounted cash flow methodology. I think you're precluded from using a capitalization model, based on, for example, some average or weighted average or what have you of historical earnings, because to try and reflect what is happening now and adjust your cash flows to accommodate that is problematic. So I think by default, you're almost forced to use a DCF method. The way that we've implemented that is that we're typically coordinating with management. They are in the best position to know their business. And assuming that you're dealing with knowledgeable management in a typical business, we would have them prepare their best estimates, their best financial forecast, and reflect different scenarios. For example, a best case, a middle of the road case, and perhaps a worst case. And as part of those projections, going back to what we were just talking about in terms of the PPP loans, et cetera, we would reflect the impact on cash flows for the discrete period of any effects that might flow from those. Again, limited to the discrete projection period. Now, when we talk about the terminal period, you're going to have to normalize that to reflect expectations going forward. So I would not propose to do it there. And then the final thing that we would do would be to assign weights to each of those alternative scenarios, again, based in consultation with management as to what they thought the likelihood of achieving one or the other scenarios were, and then use that as a basis for our estimation of value.